Let us begin. Yo! Hi, wait, what's going on with the screen? There it is. Hi, I'm Josh, the Dread GM, and these are my fellow storytellers. Welcome to tonight's game of Dungeons and Dragons, where we will continue the war meeting, but not only that, we'll be looking into some other stuff as well. Stay tuned to find out what that is. But I'm very happy to report that we have our JP back. Hey JP, you're over there actually. Very excited to have you here.
That's me!
guys.
Thought I'd do that to really annoy Jacbon.
Thank you so much for being patient. It's very important to us that we keep our mental health checks and make sure that we're all ready to play Dungeons and Dragons, because it is important that we are all feeling great. If not feeling great, we know that we're not feeling great, and we're all informed by that. So yes, so thank you for that. Okay guys, let's get started by introducing our awesome storytellers. Tonight we're going to start with Mr. JP himself. Please introduce yourself.
That's me, but quieter this time. Hello, I am JP. In this campaign, I play Benedict Ehrlich, the kinda very, very old gentlemanly warlock. How old exactly? Find out next time, I guess, or go back and watch when he said how old he is. Yeah, if you like dots and lines, and by God, if you like an unholy amalgamation of the two, you can check out the Instagram above my head at hops_does_stuff. I've recently been experimenting with this wacky little thing called color.
Amazing. All right. Ra, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Sarah, aka Ra. I am playing Jang, who is a half-orc ranger. You can follow me on the socials, R4HSCAL. I don't post a whole heap at the moment, but one day I will. Who knows?
Hell's yeah. Jacbon, please introduce yourself.
G'day guys, I am Jacbon, I am Josh's resident problem player, and hopefully an eventual god of Oak and Ash. You can catch me here tonight, obviously, where I'm playing Marhak at the Dwarven Artificer, or tomorrow night at the exact same time where I'm playing Thomas, our lovely mild-mannered warlock. If you love Instagram accounts where you can set and forget, feel free to follow me at Jacbon with a 0. I don't post there. And if you have an interest in watching some Ghost of Tsushima gameplay, I currently got a PS5, or recently got a PS5, which has the awesome feature of not needing a game capture device to be able to stream to Twitch. So I literally, in 2 button presses, can go live on Twitch and show you guys playing that. So feel free to follow me at Brodo01 on Twitch if you want to come hang out.
Hells yeah. Okay, Trent, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, I play Oranor, a gnome wizard. Lovely old man, unless he doesn't like you. Or you're an idiot. I'm only located here on Monday nights with the Ashborne game. And yeah, that's about it really. I don't really have anything else.
Awesome.
Find me here.
Moving on. Em, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Em. I'm this stream's resident art monkey. You can find me at elysian.art. I post sporadically. And tonight I am playing Ridley, who is a bard / Hexadin.
Hells yeah. And last but definitely not least, Elle.
That's me! Hey everybody, my name is Elle. Tonight I am playing Selfie. If you like cosplay and if you like anime, feel free to follow me on my Instagram at symbol.of.peach. Tonight I am playing a gnome cleric. That is me.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm just uploading the character commands now, which you will be able to type in ! The character's name and then find out who they are. Thank you so much guys for typing those out. There we go. Alright. Guys, I'm excited to play some D&D. Thank you so much for everyone's here. We also got a gifted sub during our break there as well. That was from Soteris to Serve Potatoes. Thank you so much for gifting that tier 1 to our good friend Serve Potatoes. All right, guys. Let me try and recap with what happened last time. I'm not going to do a recap because I don't know if I could keep up with you or not, JP. But one day we will do battle. And
The secret
on that day,
is
I will
no
win.
thoughts, only words.
Just words. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So what happened last time on Ashborne? Well, a whole bunch of gosh darn lore happened. Essentially, what happened was it starts with M sacrificing her character to open the way, bringing back the angels. And with them bringing back the angels, they brought with them the knowledge of the Hadriel and what had happened before the newer races had been born. It was a pretty big deal. What happened? So with my memory, what happened with Makari? Makari gave way to the.
Makari got absolutely murked from existence itself to erase the spell plague.
Yeah. So the spell plague had been reversed, and then the angels have been brought back. And
he
they
was
brought the
immune
knowledge
to
of the
poisons and diseases, and
so
now everyone else is.
That don't know, the angels have not been on this setting at all. There had been closed off from the world. Azamar are still here, and they are a part. All Azamar can be tracked back by one line of Sindor. We found out that Sindor had betrayed his Hadriel brethren, aka the angels, and had taken a shard of creation from them and closed the way, leaving them trapped off from this prime material plane. They were planning to leave this place anyway to its own devices, turning their back on their charge on protecting the great trees of Oak and Ash, and also leaving this prime material plane to its own devices. Sindor came back, did that. We found out that all the lesser races, in some way or another, were created by other Hadriel of different types, and they enforced and brought different aspects and cool things to the world, which was super cool. And we had massive lore drops, so we all had our notes out, writing down exactly what happened in the days of the Hadriel. So from there, we also saw what was happening in Ashborne, where this campaign originally started. These guys have seen a shard of creation before, and it did belong to a different Hadriel race known as the Giants. It was the Giant Stone. So the Giant Stone has been taken or sent with Naira to Carcery. Naira was a previous character in this world, and we haven't seen Naira or the Giant Stone since. Also, we also had Lortian Vel.
Probably.
Sorry.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, we also have Lortian Vel as well, which was revealed that he was a avatar of Xantu, and we actually got to see the other avatars of the gods, and they were in all their trappings and awesomeness, and we were all geeking out of who they were and what they represented and what races they were and stuff like that. So super cool. We also saw
Drow.
Avatar of Hosen is super cool. The god of light, a drow. Amazing. We also got to see the Pirate King, known as the Stormwolf, and we also got to see Ingrid, the Mistress of Pain. She was here as well, and they are known as the two of them are Storm Shepherds, and they were siblings of Makari, but no one remembers Makari because he got.
Can I just recap? Ingrid's the Mistress of Pain. Big Dog McGee is the Stormwolf, and Makari was the dipshit that came out of a purple worm.
Hey, dude, he was your character.
Yeah, man.
Why?
I didn't decide that he was a Storm Shepherd.
Every family has one.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Every family has there's a runt in every pack.
So we got to thank you so much, Cynical, for that being with us for 4 months. That's amazing. But yeah, we saw the two other Storm Shepherds, Makari's brother and sister, carved from the same wood from the tree of Manton up in Von Acrella. Yep. M. Okay, he's done. He's done. Yeah, lots of layers, lots of things happening. We also saw the introduction of M's character, Ridley. He is a dead king, and he is here and has some sort of connection with Lortian Vel as well. So back to Lortian Vel, it was revealed that he was the avatar of Xantu, the god of death, which is the avatars are essentially like high clerics. And he had gifted Selfie a necklace, which we have seen in previous games as well. Lots of layers. It's hard because when you're not following the main, it just sounds like a lot. I get it. I do feel like the guy from Always Sunny with the
Charlie.
Charlie. Yeah, with the wire, the
You
yarn,
did-
and the.
You did a good job boiling it down. It's
Yeah.
not as much as
So
you could.
essentially, right now, Ashborne has a massive demon infestation. We found out in the days of the Hadriel, the fiends They tried to create their own shards of creation. Well, shard of creation, if we click on that tag, is a artifact that has the ability to alter or create anything in the world.
They wished for more wishes.
They tried to create their own, and as they tried to create 7 other parts to complete it, their part, so they could have a full cradle of creation, that created false hearts, false shards, and that they spawned essentially demon princes, which we found out. And there are 2 confirmed now down in Ashborne, where these guys have a lot of family and friends who are fighting against the demon infestation. Yep. I think that's
Literally, maybe instead of streaming Ghost of Tsushima, I can just have guest stars on my stream where we just do a timeline.
Yeah, we need to
just
do
hour after hour
There's
chewing
just a
through
massive-
everything.
I mean, I've got to write it all down for the world
Yeah.
anvil, so I'm not going to object. I'll just tune in with my notebook.
Donna said that she's 100% willing to help with the wiki if we want to get that happening as well. I'm keen. All right, guys, with that, we left off during the war meeting where we had just seen what is happening in Ashborne. The Archangel Anathiel had used the crystal sands in the middle of this amphitheater to show what was happening down in the demon infestation. We saw our copper dragon friend being essentially ruined by Ilara, a Draco Elitholich. We saw Utog fighting with Treepog, which is another character from back in the day, which is like big moments.
Another tangent.
Yeah. So we won't get too much into it, but the world is rich, complex, and amazing, and we love it, and we love sharing it with you. So thank you for being here. With that, I think we should begin. Okay, I can get my music happening. Alright. We're going to be using Sirenscape. If you don't know who Sirenscape is, you should check them out. They will help you soundscape your amazing D&D games. They help me. I use them a lot as well.
Kaplaf.
All right. Let us begin. The crystal sands continue to depict the scene of a great infestation at Ashborne. Many struggle to keep the hordes of demons at bay. Strafing runs, attacks, and traps, pushes and retreats are how they are surviving. Anathiel watches the battle, their armor glinting in the radiant light cast from the display. They lower their hands, and the display drops, and the room is silent. However, we find ourselves in a scene unseen. We will be beginning tonight when the characters were in the common room surrounding Selfie. The necklace that she had been gifted to her has just been identified as being under the effects of Soul Cage. Alright. The scene is yours, guys.
Benedict? Did you know what this necklace does?
No. I assumed it was just a gift.
It's not? What's up? Is something wrong?
You see Oren stroke his chin, contemplating whether he should tell you or not.
Now I can confirm for you now, there is no soul held within this spell.
He pauses for a moment. Are you sure, Benedict? You seem mighty fond of this fellow.
I have worked with him for a considerable amount of time. I had no reason not to trust him until, obviously, now.
He nods. He turns to Selfie.
Yes, Jacbon?
Can I insight check whether you had no reason to trust him up until now? Like now?
That's some cheeky wording, but yeah, no, go for it.
Not specifically like to do with recent events, but also just in general. Like, because Marhack doesn't know Benedict. I have rolled an 18, so.
Do I roll deception again? No, so legitimately, from what I'm aware, Benedict did not have any reason to trust, not trust Lorshin up until very, very recently. On the grand scale of things, it's very, very, very short amount of time, but slightly longer than now.
Selfie,
She sits there with a concerned look on her face.
I hid the truth from you about Naira, and I've said since that I will not do so again. However, I feel like it should be your choice as to whether you want to know or not, as to what the true contents of that necklace are. Would you like to know?
She takes a moment, sort of slumping down, readjusting herself so she's sitting on her knees. Her hands fondle the pendant just slightly. She thinks for a moment, and she greets each of the people around her, their eyes looking for some sort of reassurance. After a few moments, she meets Oren's attention, and she nods. There's a hesitation and a fear there, but she nods.
He nods back. Very well. The necklace is under an enchantment of Soul Cage. Are you familiar with that, Selfie?
A stiffness hits her as she as you can see in her body posture that her shoulders tighten and her stiffen as she very slightly nods her head, and you can see her eyes begin to go red with both frustration and a sadness.
Now, there doesn't appear to be a soul in it at the moment, as far as my magics can tell. Which begs the question, why would he give you this necklace with a soul cage enchantment on it? Do you suspect any reason as to why he would give you such a gift with such a thing on it?
I don't understand why he would. I've always believed that all of the 8 are to what they do is like important, and there's just doubt striking her face and a fear. I don't understand why he would want a soul. Does he want my soul?
Perhaps. It's hard to say. However, I would make it probable. What do you say, Benedict? He is the avatar of your god, after all.
I have no way of knowing what he would want with a soul. Magics such as this are frowned upon by our god.
Interesting. Mahak, do you have anything to add?
The Vels are a quiet lot. Not much is known even within the Utrodex records. My family holds a tenuous relationship with them, but we do not like them. To cast the Soul Cage, I would imagine it is, as you said, an opportunity for Vel to capture Sophie's soul, or perhaps anyone to die in her vicinity. So even yours, Oren, or Benedict's, or... And then he'll, nod to everyone else in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, this is disturbing news.
I agree, Mahak.
In the dark.
We should tell Miss Clavel. He was very explicit about not taking it off. If I take it off, will something bad happen?
No. No, if you take it off, you should be fine. However, he would suspect something if you were to take it off, Selfie. As long as you stay alive, the magic will have no effect. It will simply hang on the necklace until it is required, until the requirements are met for it to be used. So, for all intents and purposes at the moment, it is just a necklace until the one wearing it expires. He says that with particular emphasis.
I do agree with Selfie, however. I think, and he looks to Ridley as he says this, Lady Clavel might want to know of this.
It's your business who you tell. But you should speak to someone who can give you better advice.
Yeah, he nods.
I agree, Selfie. You should speak to someone that you trust. Someone who might be able to help.
For now,
guidance.
For now, you may as well keep it on. If Loshin believes he has the upper hand on us, it may force a mistake, or he may get over eager. As soon as we leave Doom, which I believe we will be in relatively short enough, we have many ways to dispel it. Once we are in any true danger, we will make sure we can lessen his plans at the very least.
There's a relaxation, there's a reassurance in her posture as she sort of nods at what everyone is saying. She looks at Benedict for a moment with a degree of not sadness, but just a haphazard look, I'd say. Disappointment.
She's not angry, just disappointed.
It's like, oh man, it was such a nice party.
Why did you have to invite him? Because he told me to. Invite my boss.
I'll go tell Miss Clavel. I'll best do it after the meeting though, because she's probably getting ready for that.
I will accompany you when you do.
If it is okay, I want to let my father and Hano know of this as well. The more who know of these plans, the more backup we have, essentially.
I agree that we should tell more. However, perhaps it should wait till after the meeting. We would not want to ruin our chances at securing help to save Ashborne just yet. There is no imminent danger to Selfie at the moment, and I feel like it can wait a couple of hours. If that's okay with you, Selfie.
She nods, and she's sort of just like turning the pendant over in her hands, reflecting for a moment. And then there's a moment where she kind of shudders, like a someone when you walk across the grave in your future and you get a little shudder in your spine. He said that he was watching over me as well. Just something doesn't feel right about it. It's all. Yeah, we need to talk to Miss Clavel.
Your companions are very competent. But even so, that's a great weight to have around your neck for someone so young. There's a degree of concern in Ridley's voice as he gets to the end of that sentence too, almost a question.
Yeah, Selfie is like looks up at you, and then gives you a smile of like she's trying to find the strength to smile. You can tell that there's no real light behind the eyes in the smile, and she sort of gives you a nod, looking down at her hands, her gauntlet particularly. Miss Clavel says I have to carry a lot, and she thinks that I'm strong enough to, though.
Maybe you'll forgive my asking, but how old are you?
Me. And like you can see her cheeks just flash red all of a sudden, as she looks at Oren, and says, I actually don't know. Being one of so many, we didn't really have many birthdays. When I started hanging out with a group of friends, I told them it was my birthday one day. That was one of the first proper birthdays that we had. But I don't know the number, but yeah. I've been around for a little bit.
He gives you a smile that, like a comforting kind of smile. Well, that makes two of us then.
You don't know your birthday?
No. Same as you, really. Too many. But a different kind of family. Well.
What was your family like?
They were a fun bunch. We should probably get to this meeting though, right?
I think they'd like it if we were late.
Yes, well, you're probably right. And on the way, we can figure out how old you are, Selfie. And Oren starts eyeing you up and down, like trying to do the whole head bowl like that, trying to work it out. He eventually comes to the conclusion that you're somewhere around the age of 40 to 50 years of age, which is quite young for a gnome. But he comments that you're
Really, the player knows.
you're particularly small and could possibly be even younger than that. He's not quite sure.
If Oren remarks about her height, she gets a little defensive and says, I'm still taller than my sister, I think.
And Oren will put a hand on your shoulder and is like, what you lack in height, you make up for in heart, young Selfie.
Oh, she smiles, reassured, and she like leans into you as a half hug.
Yeah, he kind of just like rests his hand lightly on your shoulder, feeling a little bit awkward about being hugged.
Amazing. Steam is still yours, guys. We'll move on when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Well, I will make a note, because this is the first time I've ever actually remembered to use it in a game, but when we leave, Ridley has a horse.
No, yeah.
Still around.
It's still around. Josh didn't tell me it wasn't around.
As you leave, sir, do you want us to maintain the perimeter here? Or do you wish us to accompany you to this war meeting?
Oh, that's right, the dude.
He says this is one of your charges.
Yeah, the boneheads.
Oh, Flicker. Sylvie runs back and gets Flicker.
I want to sleep, Selfie. I'm tired.
Fine. And then she like looks over her shoulder and feeds him a little piece of jerky. I'll be back soon.
Destroys it. Snoring before you even leave.
It seems secure enough here. You should all go get some rest now that the city's got a bit of stability. You've earned it.
Sylvie will go next to Ridley and just sort of pull on tap on his plate mail, I assume he's wearing?
Half plate.
Half plate. She would like tap on his leg and like get him to come down. She can whisper something in his ear.
Oh, I'm sorry. If you want the horse, you're welcome to it.
Calm down. And about your friend who's standing guard. Don't let him wake Flicker. It won't be good.
Okay.
To be quiet.
Where's... So Flicker staying here? That's Flicker?
That's Flicker over there. He's my friend.
Okay, I'll let them know.
Lord Illuminated, light your path, Ridley. Men, we've earned rest. Let's go. They
Yours
start
as
to
well.
pile out.
Don't wake the wolf. Nearly said dog. That would be...
Don't wait to Papa.
All right.
As this is all unfolding, Mahak will mutter remark to the other three of Jang, Oren, and Benedict, and just say, "It is an interesting character who comes to Doom, is suspicious of the Eight, and has troops who hold the perimeter around the center of the Life Giver's loom. This Ridley is one to at least watch out for."
I suppose so. For the time being, I believe they could prove quite a useful ally.
Powerful ally, yes.
She at least has manners, unlike those boneheads at her command.
She does, doesn't she?
They're quite rude.
Male Ridley.
I can't tell. In full plate armor, aren't you?
Half plate.
Close enough.
You tall racist
With
little
stubble.
It's because he's so short. He's looking up. It's a
Exactly.
different angle.
You can't tell.
Harkens back to Oren screaming racist in Mahak's face over their conversation.
Oh goodness.
I'll get a voice modulator like Josh.
Just replace a she with he in that statement.
As we watch you guys montage through the streets towards the meeting, we see again the scenes of infestation and battle at Ashborne. The crystal sands, sweeping and swaying and moving and adapting where they need to depict the various atrocities that are happening there. As I said, Anaphiel lowers her hands and the sands start to find slumber once again, coming to rest. It is worse than I thought.
If any of you have a decent perception, you might hear Oren breathe heavily the word brother.
Sylphie's head just goes into her hands. It's just a feel of defeat washes over her.
Boy, is 17 good enough to hear it?
Yes. I reckon 15 will be enough to hear it. Like, he's not really trying to hide, he's more like exhaling loudly and saying it at the same time.
My passive alone is 21.
Yeah.
What is everyone's character's expressions look like, and what is going through their minds currently? We'll start with JP and Benedict, and we'll go down the line.
Probably be sitting there throughout the entire meeting, kind of hat off, legs crossed, hands on knees, and as all of the scenes before them kind of depicted, and they go one by one, his expression just grows increasingly more grim.
Jang.
During everything in the lead up to it, Jang looked a little bit lost. But as the imagery comes through of the battles and everything happening, she clearly takes interest in it and is leaning forward in the seat, kind of rubbing her hands together, just watching everything, taking everything in.
Mark.
Ever since the room was emptied of anyone who wasn't important, Mahak was actually standing. And when he talks, he was pacing in front of the pedestal that the eight are on, between where the sea shepherds are and where the angels are on either side of the amphitheater. And when the sands start to be manipulated and project their images, he stops and his interest is keenly wrapped into what's happening. And you see just a train of emotion clearly written on his face as it goes from shock into horror, into moments of awe as the different battles and magics and energies are raging around. And when Baphomet and the giant knoll started coming towards the pog tree, it was just concern and worry, and that's kind of the expression he's left with. A moment of a reality punching him in the gut.
Oren.
Yeah, it would have been much the same, to be quite honest with you, with Mahak, except he would have been sitting down. He'd very much be various, faces from being in shock and awe, to then seeing his brother fighting and then gradually losing. To seeing Drake as well being so pinned, but happy again to see Pugtree, and yeah, he'd just be looking he'd be looking down, I think, and looking genuinely worried and concerned about the future of Ashborne, his brother, and pretty much the place that he was. Even though he's wished to that position as mayor. A place that is meant to be taken care of being just so torn apart and destroyed.
Yeah.
You even say he looks kind of guilty, as though he's responsible.
Ridley.
Ridley's eyes knit into, eyebrows knit into a heavy frown, and he looks at once empathetic and a bit devastated by what he's seeing, but also confused. And he casts his eyes over everyone else and gauges their very personal reactions. He hears Oren whisper, "Brother," and his concern grows.
Sophie.
He was looking very particularly for two individuals in the mess of everything that they've seen, and unfortunately she wasn't able to see them. Her eyes dart to Yisha as the feeling of just devastation washes over her. She looks back, seeing the monstrosities that are arising, and as she's currently sitting, she puts her feet up on the table, feet up on the chair, wraps her arms around her knees, and then just puts her head in between her knees, and just, you can see her little shoulders kind of going up and down. She's devastated to see this sight.
The rest of the room is silent. Even the avatars are holding their breath after seeing what they have just seen.
Vel's smiling, obviously. I'm sorry.
You look to Vel. He's got the look of someone that would be playing chess, considering many moves at once. There's no smile there. There's an air of determination. The first to speak is Kaladar. Red, leathery skin, covered in pink scars, black obsidian, tortoiseshell. This dragon turtle has seen many battles before. With that experience, his words have weight to them. They are doing well. They are greatly outnumbered, but they're doing the best with what they have. He looks to the rest of the heroes of the descent. You should be proud. They fight for you and all of Okanash. He looks to the rest of the council and Anafiel. Again, sitting forward, that radiant light, making that impossibly dark obsidian shell even look more so. This is too big for us and the rest of the races of Okanash to ignore. We will speak to the Queen. We must find the Sorcerer Kings and Queens. I will also speak to Bodril. Even the Emperor must lend his strength. No longer will he sit on his throne. They're all in deep contemplation, thinking here.
Has Mahak raised his hand, or?
Yes. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Can I history check sorcerers and sorceress king queens,
Bodril.
Bodril and
Definitely
the
check that.
and the emperor? Like, what emperor is he referring
Give me
to?
a general history check. Anyone that has proficiency in it as well, I'll let you have the history check as well.
I imagine that I would already know a fair bit about Bodril, being as I come from the land that he rules.
Yeah.
Yes, Josh?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
19.
A 19.
I'll roll.
Go ahead.
24.
24. Is anyone else rolling?
I'll roll, but past 2 history checks I rolled, I got 2 nat 1s, so I don't know if I should.
I don't got proficiency.
I don't have proficiency either.
Yeah, okay. Alright, Mahak. Oren. Bodril is the High King, a High Paragon, actually, of the dwarves of Thackeroon. He is very, very powerful in his lands in his own right. When Phaeton invaded Lokar and Doreen and Thackeroon, it was Bodril that pushed them back. Hammersong is an artifact of that invasion. Prisoners of war and the technology and magic that was left there was all brought to one place, and it was in Bodril's wisdom that it was kept, so that they could enforce Thackeroon with that magic and infuse it with things that had come from Phaeton. The Sorcerer King and Queens, they are the monarchs, the sorcery monarchs of the elves, high elves. They are right now scattered after the Tri-Cities were put into decline after a great calamity. The Tri-Cities still lay unclaimed. You may have heard of people trying to push in there and claim them back, but there are descriptions of monsters of great and terrible darkness there. If you, with the 19 and a 24, you know that the High Elves actually drew their lineage from Wood Elves. It was there that they learnt the magic was inherited through breeding, selective breeding, and families and stuff like that. So the Sorcerer Monarchs are essentially the pinnacle of that. It wasn't until the invasion of Thetan into Lochar and Doreen, which is where you currently are, just on the border of, that they people got the technology of learning magic. The wizards, the first wizards. You didn't meet Burdrill, actually, D20 Tim. But yes, Burdrill is leader up there in Thecarin. The Emperor of Thetan is exactly what Kalodar is speaking of. He sits there and he rules there. He's quite cunning. Stories tell him of being a giant cat, very big, almost like a tiger.
Is that a yeah? Anyway,
Giant kitty.
what is that? Friend.
I will say there are rumors of what you were speaking of. However, it is unfounded. But yes, they are talking about bringing as much power as they can. Hunter will weigh in here. A unification of that magnitude would be almost impossible. Years of wars and invasions. I don't think it can be done. No offense, Kalodar, I just don't think it can be done. You underestimate people's drive for self-survival. We just need to show them what is happening at Ashborne. We should get them to bring emissaries here, and we will have Anafil show what is happening in the Crystal Sands. Hunter nods, but it is a cautious nod, and it is a reluctant nod. It's a gamble at best. Isha, who was giggling and playing before, sits down, also saddened by the situation, and cuddles her teddy. Medius's tail is just whipping back and forward, and his various charms that are attached to his horns jangle as the micro movements of the air push them around. Ingrid and the Stormwolf are very quiet. It's then that the Stormwolf walks forward. His big footfalls almost make the room shudder.
You will have all my boots. I will protect the seas. Not only that, I will strike down anyone that tries to assail Ashborne. I have been making arrangements. I will lend my strength and my resources to this cause. In the name of my father, my sister, and the one we lost, I will bring Fang, Claw, and Tempest to bear.
there is a inspirational tone to that, you at least know that the ocean will be there. Ingrid will walk forward. Usually known for very few words of the people who have seen her at the table.
I think I've ever heard her talk.
I think you have, haven't you?
She has.
Yeah.
We have.
One. Yeah.
She told Ashkin he was her bitch, and pretty sure that was her last line of dialogue.
I know the Triton. Her name is Ilkili. She is of the ocean. Perhaps we can protect it from underneath as well. I will speak to her on our behalf, and hopefully she will be able to beseech her people.
Good idea, sister.
They look playfully at each other.
You will have the Utridax to help you as well. I will do much research into what we need. I will require much samples of these creatures. Already, I am doing research on the ones that were recovered from their library. I will have my son help me in this research.
Yes, Papa.
All of us unanimously give meta hugs to Papa. Oh, he's so beautiful. I love him.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Papa.
Love it.
Amazing.
Okay. I'm wondering if there's anyone that hasn't spoken.
What's Predor doing?
Being among.
He's looking at both of the Storm Shepherds with pride.
Sucks that I had to renounce my religion, though. Damn.
See, it's funny because if Makari never existed, he never made that bet to Makari. So...
I know.
Yep.
But if I caught that correctly, did the Seawolf and the Mistress of Pain, did they remember Makari?
No. They said for the one they lost. They know that they lost someone.
Don't you just hate that when you know
You weren't
forget
here
something
for
you
that.
don't know what it was?
Actually, you weren't here for the. You weren't
No,
here
he
for
was
that.
not.
Yeah,
Watch the VOD, dude.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Watch the VOD, dude.
All right then, mate.
Each and every one of the avatars, they all agree and they will say they will collect their gathered forces and then bring them to Ashborne. They will be making inquiries to the other realms of Okenash as well. You have the Pirate King's help for the ocean, and Ingrid is going to track down Ilkili and speak with Ilkili about bringing the Tritons. Yes. Oh, and Mahak and Papa Utridak are going to be doing research into how to best fight these creatures.
Did the Goliaths get mentioned?
This is a good question.
And if they do, by who?
They haven't been mentioned. But the only person that would probably mention them would be Ingrid. But yeah, no mention.
Fair.
No mention.
No.
Good question.
Not yet.
Good question. All right. Is that everyone? I think that might be everyone.
Everyone who you've mentioned that's still there has signed on
Yeah.
and told us who they're bringing.
The Black Coin said that Daywin.
They left.
Yeah, Daywin did leave. However, we did need to retro that scene just a bit. He was only given one coin,
Yes.
and he said he would inquire for the other one. Yeah,
Who had the other one?
he's gonna find out. Yeah. Okay. Have you guys got any questions?
I have one for the angels, and that is when they were unable to get access to the prime material plane, did they still have access to the other planes and layers, or are they in like a different spot?
Okay. This question is deep because you
Yes,
have to
yes, it
understand
is.
how planar travel works in the world of in this world of Urkanash. Planar travel generally is used through lapis, which are keystones that allow you to travel to the various planes. So that is why plane shift is not available to Orin and any other spellcaster, is because you can only travel them to them via the Zweilektor or through heirloom usage, which is what you've seen. So, in a sense, your understanding would be that Urkanash is cut off from those other places without those lapis, or lapi, if that's
What did we do with the first one we ever found?
blew it up.
We blew it up!
Yeah. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna shoot a cannon at it. Let's shoot it with a cannon. That's a smart idea.
So yeah, Mahak would understand that, like, this is without you having to ask. This is your internal monologue. If you want to build off and have a question off this is fair. But Mahak would have understood that when the angels left with the stone, the only way they could go back and forth would be through some sort of keystone that allowed them to go to the celestial plane. Yeah, without that celestial keystone, no one can get back and forth, and there has been no one knows where that keystone could be.
Cool.
Creating one would be very difficult as well.
With that knowledge, he would probably just assume that they didn't have that keystone, and therefore would not have had access to it.
You can inquire about the stone if you like.
Sure. Did they have a keystone? Or like, did they...
And can I have it?
How many silver pieces?
I have this many.
Indeed we did, Dural. However, it was destroyed. Broken into multiple parts and scattered. By Sindor himself.
Sindor, dude.
Loshinvel is going to look at Ridley.
And what of you? And your dead kings, Ridley? Chance.
What of us?
Will they be fighting the good fight? Will they leave their precious Estamage and march towards Ashborne? Or is this not your cause? In fact, why are you here, boy?
Notion, if you would be so kind as to treat our honored guest as such and adjust your tone, that would be suitable, given the current circumstances.
What he said?
The way I see it, you are no hero or honored guest. You sit there with bated tongue, watching the things that are happening in Ashborne. And yet, you are the only one here not promising any sort of action.
With all due respect, I'm only sitting here because the men before me died. The Charter and Estamage could be sending a replacement any day now, and I'm not sure it's within my authority to promise any numbers, but I'm sure we could lend some support to the cause down there. But we can't leave Estamage undefended.
There is a expression of consideration. He nods.
he says. Mara says hello.
I'm ready to roll initiative if you are. I am, like, say the word, dude. Say the word.
Everything going through Benedict's mind is like, ooh, he knows Mara.
She hopes to see you soon.
Oh, he'd like that, wouldn't he? Ridley's hands sort of clench into fists, and he sort of tries to gently put them under the table and just compose himself a bit. I'm glad to hear she's well enough to speak.
You see a playful expression come across his face, and you can tell that he is not saying something, but he is definitely thinking something. And he chuckles.
These eyes are just like daggers.
Oh yeah. And he's loving it.
Well, do pass on my best. I'll be coming to visit the castle soon.
I'll make preparations for you. We'll be expecting you.
Perfect. We've got the invitation, guys.
Ridley just smiles back, lets silence lapse over the room.
Just out of curiosity, does Jang still have any ties to their clan? Or any bearing that might be able to have them brought in as well?
Not exactly, not currently. She hasn't been back to them since she was outcast. So technically she is still trying to find a way to earn herself back in.
You will have the aid of the angels. We will watch the skies for you. Our holy blades will cut through the many forces of these fiends. However, I must warn, their number is infinite. As their hearts are cast from false creation, they will continue to spawn madness will enrupture the world if they are not put back to rest.
Hunter is going to hear this, consider it, and then say, "And what of the false hearts? If we take them from these demons, what then? How do we destroy them? How do we stop them from creating something worse in their place?" Anafiel is taken aback by this. She looks towards Hunter. The Archangel has no answer.
Regardless of whether or not we can destroy them, I believe they would be better in our hands than the hands of the demons.
It's then that Isha chimes in.
Oh, I've got it! If we collect all of the real shards, the full creation, the cradle itself, it could destroy them, right? the Archangel. Yes, mayhaps they could. But collecting all 8 shards. Now I need a clarification from the players. Have you shared the fact that the Giant Stone is with Naira?
No.
Sylvie was pretty much unconscious for the first week of us getting there, so he hasn't said anything.
Okay.
Doesn't know.
Alright. So then...
And also doesn't know.
I think only Oren knows, actually, in this group.
Actually, yeah,
Oren's the only one who really knows. Everyone else is dead or...
Sylvie had no idea what the hell was going on.
Then this. They lie, lost and forgotten. It's an almost impossible task. But it may be the only way. Sabana is going to chime in. What's Sabana going to say? Sabana going to say?
I can cut in with a question if you'd like.
Yes, cut in with a question, please, and give me time to think.
Suppose that we do succeed in gathering all 8 of the shards. Simply touching one nearly killed 2 of those present. Do we have anyone capable of wielding such a power? In my mind, nothing short of a god could wield such a thing.
Well, there is the angels, Benedict.
I understand that, however. And correct me if I'm wrong.
And he looks to the Archangel.
Believe your abilities to use these shards of creation not linked to your kin are somewhat limited.
Does anyone remember having that conversation? Because we spoke about...
Yes. It was an Asimir couldn't use a tiefling, like an Asimir couldn't use like the Demon Stone, a tiefling couldn't use the Angel Stone, but the Hadriel were all free to use.
Yeah, okay.
Sweet, yeah, never mind. Retract that.
Yeah.
Benedict just had a little nap halfway through.
None of the Hadriel have wielded the full force of the full cradle of creation. Its effects would be unknown. It might consume us.
It's a risk.
There's a moment of pause.
But I believe we would be glad to do so.
The angels, at least.
We must find the other Hadriel. Gather the shards. Defeat the false-hearted. And destroy the false shards. Only then may this infection be sated.
Well, there is one shard that we have come across, or more specifically, I have come across.
Everyone looks to Oren. Everyone in the room is looking at Oren.
Nani?
Nani?
Oren looked visibly reluctant to say that sentence as well.
He's fighting the good fight.
Reluctantly.
Go team!
He's got the tiniest little team flag. Now, just to double check, Josh, with what happened with that.
Yeah.
I'm under the impression Oren wouldn't know where it went with Naira. Would that be accurate? Because it was an heirloom item that was used by Ashkin, if I remember correctly.
Ashkin.
So he wouldn't know where she went with that,
Yeah.
yes?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just want to clarify that before I say anything more. One, we did find one underwater, and well, no, it appeared actually in my office in Ashborne, and as soon as it appeared, the being or fiend known as Naira grabbed it and vanished right before my eyes. I do not know where she is or where she is gone, but she is definitely in possession of one of these shards, and at the time I did not realize. It's only after I seen this one, maybe points to the one that Anaphiel.
Yeah.
Yes, got it right this time.
Yeah. It's a tricky one.
I feel like I wrote it down wrong and I've just stuck with me every time.
I know that vibe.
It's only since I've seen this one and recognized it as being the one that was in my homeland that I realized what that one was.
And we must find where this Naira is.
I am unsure of her intentions with it. She seemed to be on our side, however, she was mysterious and deceptive. I do not believe she inherently wants to use it for evil purposes, but I do not believe she inherently wants to use it for good either.
There's more contemplation. People taking in the knowledge that they've learned here, the many things that are happening. It's a very high pay grade of amount of stuff that's happening. And you can tell that everyone's minds are racing with what's happening. Sabana will chime in. Maybe we don't need... Sorry, I don't know if that... I'm not sure on the voice yet. I'll fix it later anyway. Maybe we don't need all the stones. Perhaps we could just destroy the Fiend Stone, the one that created the false hearts. If we were to do so, wouldn't the others consume themselves? It is possible. We could try for this. However, we would need to use our Angel Stone in doing so. And the gamble still remains. We may be consumed in the process. How would you be destroyed in the process? The sheer amount of power to destroy a shard of creation would consume both. You did say you were willing to do so for us in these lands. Indeed. It is your land to inherit. Benedict.
Just out of curiosity, so the fiends, did the tieflings also come from the fiend stone?
Yes.
Tieflings and gnomes, wasn't it?
No,
like
Fae.
Has
That's
anybody asked what happens if any of these get destroyed?
It just happened.
I get it.
Didn't it? Didn't it just get asked?
Out of,
I thought it just got answered.
out of curiosity, do you have any idea what would happen to the creations of both stones should the two be destroyed?
If both were utilized in such a way to remove the root of the root creation from its others, it would not affect you. It would need
Cool.
to be well designed, though.
I was just making sure not every tiefling in Asimar in the whole world would just
gonna say,
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh goodness. I have
So,
something
This is what's
that I
been.
wanna.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I have something I want to ask, but this is a deep dive into some old notes.
Oh boy.
That, yeah, I just found because I have my meta notes and I have my side notes, and this is a side note that
Oh
we
boy.
discovered.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is a deep one.
Law lawyer coming at you live.
Coming at you live. Sylvie will direct this question to the dragon turtle, Calidor. This is a big one. She will. There's a nervousness to her voice as she meets his gaze. I don't quite know what importance it is as you do talk about rallying everybody, but we came across some information at one stage. The demons, from what we have been told, are in the elven army as well. One of the Thunadas or something rings a bell. The name, they're connected to the demons. They're heading to Ashborne. There are some allies that we are referring to that may not be on our side.
Interesting.
Their master was called Meglothak, I think. Notes.
King's cut all of the campaigns together now.
Just gonna bring them all. Just like do the Avengers scene.
We can confirm that the Meglothak is not Naira's brother.
That is the one thing we can confirm.
You know who is?
Losh and Bell.
Just a vibe.
Okay. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Oh, Itherton is.
Itherton, yeah. Itherton. Itherton. Itherton.
Ithaten.
Yeah. Ithafen.
How much or more of this do we have planned? Because it is currently 9:30, our usual break time. But
Yes.
it would also make sense to wrap this up, then take break, and then go into the next thing. So
Hells yeah.
that are the two options.
Anything that you guys are ready to go. So the council have said they're going to talk to the other diplomats, maybe even bring them here to have a discussion about how to approach the Ashborne thing and sort of get them for their forces. We've established that the Pirate King will be protecting the oceans, and Ingrid is going to talk to Elle about bringing the underwater protection as well. The angels are going to protect the skies. The other thing that we've discussed is the false hearts, the demon lords, and they are out there. They are crazy powerful, and they need, even if you manage to defeat one, take the false shard from it, you need to have a way of dealing with it, creating something else in its wake. What else do we established here? We have also spoken about maybe there's a different play. Sabana suggested maybe if we destroy the Fiend Stone, it might destroy its other creations. Then Benedict came in and said, is there a chance that we could destroy everything that's created? And Anafiel said, look, if it's well designed enough, there's a good chance that it might not, but it could. That is something that is, yeah.
The only last piece of relevant information that I might say would be that Selfie hallowed the earth around Ashborne, making it slightly harder for undead to get in, even though it's pretty much irrelevant. But that could be a starting point for a game plan.
Thank you so much for those shinies. And the other thing we're talking about Eshidor here with to Kaladar, and speaking about the demons and the elven forces. Okay, cool.
So glad I took a note once.
Yeah.
The next note after that was Orson owns Ore House. Irrelevant.
I remember the Ore House.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ore House, huh? Boy.
Boy.
Oh boy.
Sometimes I get good notes, sometimes I get not so good notes.
Boy. Okay.
I
Also, that's the wrong voice. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I know of Eshidor. You saying that is where these creatures are holding up?
From my memory, it's where they were heading. But that was some time ago.
For what reason?
I don't... To what reason are they heading there?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Isha. Hana. Please send spies there immediately. We will need reconnaissance. Find out what is happening at Eshidor.
They both nod.
I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
House party that's a bit too wild or something.
Yeah. Here's the police kind of shut it down.
Yeah.
Council of Eights. Make sure you have practitioners of true seeing. We will need to know if these creatures are among us.
They all nod. It seems that arrangements will be made. All right. If there's nothing
Boy,
else, then
that would have been awkward if we
There's
got
nothing.
there and they just turned into demons.
Demons. Galabrazoo. Amazing.
Here's our army.
Oh, they're all demons now. Okay. All right. So with that, we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna get into the next thing. I think that if we can, we will probably jump into the war games if you guys are ready for that. Yeah. We will do a bit of a time skip. So if you guys need to do any role play after the fact here and discuss amongst yourselves, I would suggest getting that ready to go. Robert Hartley, GM, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Nani? Raid. Oh my god, look at him. Swords, cannon fire, arrows. I love it. That's amazing. No rating. Okay. Guys, welcome on in. Hi, I'm Josh, the dreaded GM, and these are my fellow storytellers. We are in a high-level campaign right now, discussing the way that we want to approach the end game of this campaign, and it is Tension City over here. We've had massive lore drops, and we've had massive things happen recently, and it has been an absolute jam. Guys, thank you for being here. So we stream Dungeons & Dragons Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and on Thursdays we have a community night. We're Australian, so we are in the Australian time zone, AEST, or GMT plus 10, or Charlotte, we found out when we had her on the show, it's actually GMT plus 11 right now. We are big fans and we love Robert Hartley GM. I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not afraid to say it. Well, we are very happy to have you guys come along because Rob is an absolute vibe, and I cannot wait to hang out with him again soon on one of our streams.
If Rob's still here, I also got the epic encounters, man.
Yeah,
These things are so
they
sick.
are
I saw your
mad.
Instagram
I
posts.
saw
They
the
are
Instagram posts.
so cool. I've got the kobolds ones on hold at EB Games. I'm so excited to get in and play with them, man.
Hells yeah. So Rob is, if you haven't had a chance to check out Rob's stream or content anywhere, you can find him at Robert Hartley GM everywhere. He is amazing. He also Dungeons and Dragons for the VLDL guys, the Viva La Dotely guys, which is awesome. But by golly, Rob is an amazing player and GM, sir. Absolutely. He just recently put up the video of our one shot that we played together. where I played Valkar Dreadmane. Now, we're gonna get a quick plug speed run because we're about to go on a break, and then we're gonna get back we're gonna be fighting some angels. Angels are gonna be fighting, and they are going to be testing their skills against the Celestials, and that's going to be a very interesting fight. I'm very excited.
Place your bets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you, Fancy. Fancy just reminded me, if you are here from the raid, please, if you could load back in, click on in, or if you could remove the prefix from your URL, it will help our viewership so that we can reach partner as well. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. And check out Rob, because Rob is amazing as well. Let's get one of those plug speedruns.
Hey, what up? I'm JP. If you like dots and lines, and by God, if you like an unholy amalgamation of the two, check out the Instagram above my head at hops_does_stuff need to swallow. I had a bit of an ice cube stuck in the back of my throat. Alright. If you want to see more of Sarah, she does some incredible cosplay, I believe, on your Instagram. She does some incredible cosplay on her Instagram. Please check out her Instagram above her head at R4HSCAL, which is Leet Speak for Rascal, except with only one of the A's turned into a 4, which is very confusing. If you like to set and forget things, and by God, you know your doof, words. Jacbon has an Instagram, it's above his head, it's a Jacbon with a 0. Trent, however, is a Monday night exclusive, so catch him here or catch these hands at 7:30 p.m. AEST every Monday. He also has a Twitch above his head. I don't believe you do any Twitchy stuff, but you know, it's above his head if you want.
But it's there.
Exactly. If you want to see all of the amazing in-house art done by our amazing in-house artists, please check out our amazing in-house artists' amazing in-house Instagram above her head at elysian.art. And if you like cosplay and anime-related things, feel free to check out Ellie's Instagram at symbol.of.peach.
Amazing. Okay,
also
guys.
join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Yeah, come hang out with us. Yes, so far. Okay, guys, we are going to be back in 10 minutes, and when we get back, we're going to be fighting some angels. It's going to be pretty crazy. Like I was saying, guys, if you want to do any roleplay before the war games, please let me know. We'll sort that out before we get in, and we'll get through that and get
all
into an encounter.
arguing in Zoom currently.
Okay.
So, love that Zach just said,
We'll be back
Trent,
in
you know
10
why I'm
minutes.
here. Check him.
Where's the Discord? Okay, guys, bear with us. We will be right back. And we're back. And he changed it. It was awesome. I loved it. Okay, cool. So we have some more roleplay that we want to do just before the war games. Hopefully, we will get to the war games tonight. But if not, we are all okay with having a big session of war games next week. So we are going to start with the walk. So though everyone, let me build the scene first. All right, cool. A council of 8 stand and leave first, followed by the angels. The people that were asked to leave were never let back in. The storm shepherds also leave, and you hear 2 very heavy thunderclaps. And then it's just you guys here in the amphitheater. The Crystal Sands still there. The scene is yours. And then we can build on another scene if you are heading towards speaking to the people you want to speak to.
Django, if I might, may I have a word with you in private?
Of course.
Just kind of very much not going off into a different room or going off to a different corridors to any of the ones that the party are walking to. Just kind of hanging back from the party. Benedict kind of with a somewhat hushed tone.
I recall during the feast that we had.
Was it yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday.
I believe during the feast yesterday, you promised your services, taking down my next quarry. I understand that you made that promise with no knowledge of what my quarry may be. And, I'm simply giving you the opportunity, should you wish to back out of that promise. You may.
There's no benefit of backing out. I don't fear whatever is ahead of me.
I was going to say there's the benefit if you're in safety. But if you truly steadfast in this promise, I must say I admire your conviction to your word. And I want you to know that while I have not known you for long, I would consider it an honor for you to fight beside me. However, as much of an honor and a privilege that it may be for you to fight by my side, I would never forgive myself if you or any of the party died by my side. Is that clear?
I have no intention of dying.
No one ever does. Just, if it comes down to it, the choice between saving your own skin or pride or conviction to this promise, I implore you to preserve your own soul.
Do you imply that I am worth more than you are?
Place worth upon individuals is a wretched thing. I simply believe that life itself is sacred, and that you should do well to preserve it. I wouldn't want you to die because of me.
Perhaps we can agree that my path and my choice is my own.
I cannot argue that. And once again, thank you for this. I'm sure that your help will prove invaluable when the time comes.
I hope so.
With that, Benedict gives a nod and goes to give like a pat on the shoulder, and he's like, hey, "Is that no? That's probably condescending." Just gives slightly more awkward nod before going to match pace with the rest of the group.
As he moves ahead of her, she just claps her hand on his shoulder.
Excellent.
Alright. You guys continue to walk towards the Mother's Loom. You eventually leave the War Ward, passing a great grove, and you see its luminosity off in the horizon. People know you as you make your way through the streets. They see you. You hear whispers. Does anyone else have anything to say as you are making your way?
I was gonna say if I could roll a perception to see what they're whispering.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
Fuck off.
Oh my goodness!
Better be in that one.
It was double digits. Must have been.
It's double digits. That's a 30.
You hear the word guardian. You hear the word hero.
You were eavesdropping on Benedict and Jane.
However, with a 30, you spot something very strange while your true seeing is up. Floating above you, you see a inky orb, almost drips. Seems to be following you. You don't know how long it's been following you. Thank you so much for the rating, by the way, All Things Fantasy. Happy to have you here. Please check out All Things Fantasy. They were
for streaming Pathfinder Kingmaker, which is a game I definitely want to check out. Okay.
Yeah, Selfie will look towards the orb, keeping quite an eye on it. Her eyes kind of narrow in curiosity. Is there some kind of check or anything that I can roll to discern what it could be?
Give me an Arcana check.
It kind of goes off intelligence. That's pretty high. 21.
That is some sort of scrying. You've heard Oren talk about its complexities, and not only that, sometimes its basicness.
She notes it, gives it a nod, and then makes her way, keeping a very, very sharp eye on it. What it does. Does it seem to fade or follow?
Follow.
Follow. I don't interact with it. I just keep an eye on it. I guess anybody else who is around might notice Selfie looking over her shoulder or looking behind her, looking up at the sky. Seemingly preoccupied.
You're approaching the Mother's Loom now. You can feel its warmth. Many of the undead have been cleared. The ground is clean again. They've been doing good work here. It's then, as you start to move into its quarters, you hear a shrill voice in a hushed tone.
Selfie! Selfie!
Tree. I turn around to see who it is.
You see hiding a little pink kobold. Wait,
Yeah, I was thinking of calling the army of kobolds.
Selfie will go up to her. She's hiding like bushels or brushels or anything like that. Or
Yeah, some nearby shrubbery.
she will go look over her shoulder and kind of sneak away from the group, and then go down on hands and knees and sort of crawl. Like, what are you doing here?
I have been on great adventure to bring Selfie back. We miss you. Come home. Now.
I have told you that I've got lots of things to do here at the moment. And she keeps kind of looking over her shoulder to see where this black orb is.
It's still watching you.
When are you coming home?
Soon. I promise, okay?
You
Pinky
prepared a
promise.
great feast for your Selfie. Come home.
I can't wait. And she will go into her backpack, rattle through the backpack, and get out. I had it here before. A teeny tiny, it's a little holy symbol. It's about this big. It's an unknown. I picked it up 100 sessions ago. It feels like it's chipped and going away, but it's pink. And she gives it to her and be like, "This is my promise that I'll come back. Okay?
Okay.
Keep it safe."
Keep it safe. You're here, we'll keep it safe.
Yes.
Safe. Yes.
And
How
and
long
make
till
sure
you come home?
soon.
Soon.
Very soon.
How
Yeah.
long is soon?
Has anyone sort of noticed that she's stuck away, or just
I'm fairly certain anyone that wants to see this is more than happy. More than can join the scene if you like.
How long is soon, Selfie? How long?
She looks over her shoulder and says, After we sort some stuff out, I promise I'll be within the week, okay?
Jaya is very good at sorting stuff out. I could help. Yes?
I count on it.
Okay.
Selfie! Selfie, what are you doing in that bush?
Oh, the purple one. Look at him wearing purple. The baddest of colors.
She kind of like takes a step to the side. Nothing. It's private matters between gods. Mm-hmm.
Private matters, yes. Purple one.
I'm going to assume that he can't hear the kobold.
Probably not. In hushed tones.
Yeah.
You're very good at drinking the purple one.
Between... What do you mean between gods? Is Lynette in there?
He like looks down at Sharir and smiles.
Confused. Orin looks general.
And she looks up at Orin and be like, Lynette is everywhere.
He just kind of goes,
is everywhere.
okay.
Sorting stuff.
Sorting stuff.
Well, don't tarry. He's still confused, but he's just accepting what you're saying, and he's just going to, like, move along.
As he does, Sylvie will go back down.
Soon.
See you soon. I'll see you
Good
within the
luck with
week,
sorting
okay?
stuff.
I'll need it. Thank you. She, like, offers a nice high five. Gives her a hug.
Isn't sure about what that gesture is, and then slowly takes something out from a satchel that is strapped to her side and hands you a chicken bird.
Ooh, I'll add that to my list of things.
That is Jaya's promise to see your son.
I'll keep it with me always.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's Jaya's lucky bone. Goodbye.
Starts leaving.
I love her so much.
Back to the caves. All right. You walk inside, up the stairs. You are not barred at all by any of the guards here in the Mother's Loom. You are very well known. You eventually find yourself in Lady Clavel's quarters. You are ushered in, and you can see that everything has a purpose here. Everything has a place. It is orderly.
Before Selfie enters, she's going to try and enter in before Benedict and Jang and close the door and be like, it's nothing personal, I just want to have a quick chat. Just try to keep them.
How is their reaction to that, Jang, Benedict? And also, Mahak and Orin, are you here as well, or not?
I would have broken away to lead decks.
Sorry, Ridley. Yeah, are you here as well?
I was going to be, but
That's okay,
I
'cause
guess
I'm just
he'd be
I'm
like
tracking everything.
between Selfie and then Jang and Benedict would be slightly behind him, so it'd be. I'll leave that up to if
Yeah.
Selfie would have shut him out or not.
Yeah, okay. So the three of you have the door shut in your face, and you hear Selfie say it's nothing personal.
Should do that a lot.
Do we intrude?
What was that, sorry?
Oh, no, that's okay.
Do we intrude?
It seems she wants her privacy.
I'm gonna jangle the door handle and see if it opens.
Selfie, that was most probably a lock.
You hear the
Lock it.
sound of the lock locking?
Yeah, okay. It does seem locked.
Just give me 5 minutes, okay? Just talk or something. Benedict, why don't you give Jang and Ridley some of your candy?
I'm just utterly bewildered by the situation. Benedict stands there looking, bewildered, before shaking his head, almost just kind of like snapping out of a little trance that just got thrown into. He goes, suppose so. And he pulls out his little white and red striped bag. Toffee, anyone?
Jang definitely tastes the piece.
Ridley, rude as heck. Jang, you know what's up.
Yeah. All right. So, are you guys okay waiting out here until you are open the scene too, or do you have some role playing you want to do here? And Oren, where are you? I've got Mahak going to speak with Papa Utradak.
Would there be like a library for him to go to that wouldn't be too far away, or not really?
The Grand Library, at the
Yeah,
fundamental
would that be
steps.
cleaned,
The
or
fundamental,
not really yet?
the fundamental steps. They are being repaired right now. There would be many libraries that you could visit and speak with. They would probably even have many centers of discussion and debate open up as well. Open forums. Quite often the Arkham sector has 24/7, for lack of a better term, podcasts. Where they have open discussions day long all around.
I feel like he would be basically doing the rounds of all those places, searching for information on the angel who locked away all the others, basically.
Yeah.
And trying to find out if there is some truth to what Mahak said, where the gnomes stole the shard. Now he's not so sure, but he believes, how they came into possession of it anymore.
Yeah, you have many.
He has doubts.
He's
looking for information.
Okay, you find yourself at many of these, and we'll get into it when we come around. Okay, all right. So we'll start with Selfie. As you walk into this room, the only flourish Lady Clavel has allowed herself is that of some potted plants that have begun to flower. They leave the room smelling fragrant and lovely. You remember a time when there was no potted plants or flowers in Lady Clavel's other space. The only reason that they are here now is because you insisted way back when. So there is a very nice memory of you insisting that this place have some sort of life and loveliness in it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Sitting at her desk, you see Lady Clavel. She is writing furiously, and you can hear the quill scratching against the parchment. However, she is not wearing her council regalia. She is not wearing her armor. It is very strange to see her not wearing her armor. Lady Clavel has an athletic build, very strong. Strong shoulders, good structure, and the muscle is there to sit up on it. As you walk across the room and you yell out towards your companions, suggesting that Benedict give them sweets, Lady Clavel looks up. The scratching of the quill stops.
Selfie, what are you doing here?
So Selfie gets her to hush, and then looks up at that black inky orb and says, "Are you following me? It's very rude, and I would like you to go away now."
It just Bob's there, waiting, dripping.
I'm going to tell her what I found out.
Lady Clavel. She's going to do this. And she casts True Sight doing that. As she looks through, she sees it.
Scrying! Here! Who are you?
Talk to you, Miss Clavel, and I don't think you are going to like what I have to say, but I'd rather you hear it from me than anybody else that comes through those doors.
Alright. You're going to hear a voice.
Oh, you typing it to me?
Go ahead.
Where have I heard the voice? Which social media has the voice come into?
My apologies. I never meant to be rude. Simply keeping track. After all, not often one finds any worthy potential allies in this world.
Can I think back what I want to say, or is it verbal that I have to reply? Mentally or verbally?
Let me check. Mind.
Selfie will look up at the orb with a curious look. I'm not too fond of making friends who look over my shoulder to start with. Why don't you show yourself?
Cast the spell again. I'm rather afraid I can't exactly be there at the moment, given that I cannot teleport just anywhere. That said, if you want to find me, if you want to talk, I can help. Ask for Kieran. I'm sure someone will have heard of me.
And why do you find it okay to just snoop over my shoulder, Kieran?
Don't take it personally. You're not the only one. I've been following most of your party in one capacity or another for quite some time. You're all very useful. You helped me out a great deal, and I owe you.
How did we help you out?
Well, you sent Naira away. Some of you did, anyway.
We didn't send her anywhere.
No, of course not.
So you know Naira?
No.
You allied with her?
No.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Yep. Set the DC. Disembodied voice.
Okay.
Alright.
Is a 20.
He's not telling the truth, but not entirely lying.
Well, I think she'll just say, "You're not telling the whole truth, are you? What do you know of her? And why are you here to talk to goad us about her?"
My intention was never to goad. I wouldn't exactly call it allying yourself with somebody when you're pressed into their service. But when they no longer exist on the same plane as you, it makes things much easier. I certainly never intended to disrupt anything. I never even thought you would spot it. Keen eye, by the way.
I'm also taking notes at this moment, so just hang 10. Right. So who am I supposed to ask around for in regards to you, Kieran?
Don't know his name, but maybe if you can find him, someone to do with Arcombe. They may not have heard of my name, but maybe my family. Ask after the Inkbloods. See what he can tell you.
So you're
If
a
you-
follower of our comb?
Of a fashion.
And you're definitely not connected to Lortian? Lord Lortian, sorry. I mean... Yes.
If I knew of who you spoke, I would still say no.
Right. Well,
Contact me if you need help. I can figure things out that you might find it difficult to figure out on your own.
right. Well, thank you, I think. I will talk to the others and see what they suggest. I'm not 100% I should trust any voice that comes into my head that isn't my own.
Smart.
All right. Thank you so much. That was Zach coming on in for a quick guest star. Thank you so much for
Also,
that.
the voice ends and the orb goes away.
Hell's yeah. Pop, pop.
Get out of here, Orb!
Thank you so much, Zach, for joining us for that quick moment. We will catch you soon. Zach plays Alston on our Strahd game, and Kieran is one of his Oakenash characters. Very cool.
Selfie, obviously, you've been sending. What did they say? Who was scrying us?
There was a person named Kieran.
Kieran. I've never heard of this Kieran.
Kieran Inkblood. He's connected to the Arcombe sect, but there are aspects that I wouldn't trust.
You hear the scratching of the quill against the parchment as a note is taken by Lady Clavel.
I will make inquiries of this Kieran Inkblood.
Like people talking in my mind. It's uncanny.
It is rude, is what it is.
It indeed is.
Sending is not meant to be used in such a manner. This person is at the very least, at their base, rude.
I actually had something I want to talk to you about. That wasn't the voice in my head.
I just want to quickly say, 40 man, thank you so much for gifting 10 dragon eggs to the community. Not only that, thank you for being with us for 7 months. Big love.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, 40. My heart, my damn heart. Gosh.
What is it, Selfie?
She sort of gets a degree of nervousness about her. She finds resolved as she starts to fiddle with her holy symbols once again. I'm not quite sure how you're going to take this, and I think you're quite used to me getting myself into trouble. But I think I've found myself in a rather sticky situation. What are your impressions of Lord Lortian, if I may ask?
He is very capable. He does his job well. There is a reason why he is the Lord of Death.
What would the Lord of Death have something to do with me?
What do you mean, Selfie?
He gifted me a pendant. This one actually, and she shows it.
The sound of the chair legs groan against the stone floor as she stands up and moves over towards you and inspects it.
He said something rather odd, that he was going to keep a close eye on me, which at the time, well, seems as though everybody's been looking at us as we walk through the city, so I didn't come across too bizarre. But Oren inspected it. Apparently it's enchanted with necromancy, a soul cage. It doesn't have a soul in it, but he also told me to never take it off. I'm worried that he might want my soul?
Furrowed brow. Contemplation. serious look in your eye and her eye.
This could mean many things. But he has overstepped. I will take this from you, Selfie, and I will have words with Lord Vale. I believe it is a guise to safeguard you. But if your soul was trapped in this device, then he indeed would own it. How dare he?
She takes it with an angry and furious expression.
The others want to talk to you as well. I didn't want to. I guess you're probably used to hearing what I've done through other people, and I just wanted to be the one to tell you this time. I'm sorry that I took it from him. I should have known better.
Your heart, Selfie, has always been open and full. Your trust comes easy. There would be those that would take advantage of this.
She looks down at the pendant.
I'm not always going to be around to help you.
She's gonna kneel down and then cup your shoulder and squeeze.
But I'm glad you found friends that are there for you in my stead. I'm proud of you and the things that you have done.
And then she's gonna bring you in for a hug.
She hugs back.
As the hug is released, you can see that she has welled up a bit, and she's not gonna let herself cry.
Calling your friends.
She makes her way back to her desk and sits down.
She flounces back, and then outside you'd hear she's not going to open the door. You'll just hear the click of the unlock, and then she will hop back to where the potted plants are, and she'll start to investigate the potted plants. There's almost like a criticism of how they've been looked after, but she's just like patting the dirt down and making sure everything's okay with them.
Hells yeah. All right. You guys are allowed in. The door opens. You can see Sylvie is tending to the plants, and Lady Clavel is sitting, still taking notes, writing. The scene is yours.
Benedict looks to Ridley and Jang.
After you.
And just like a little bit miffed, Ridley will and walk in, pointedly, not looking at Sylvie.
Oh, cold shoulder.
As you enter, Lady Clavel will stand in respect.
Well, if it isn't the heroes of the descent, welcome. Welcome. Come.
Benedict gives a polite nod and a smile, but as he enters the room, he goes all the way to the back wall and just cracks one of the windows.
A breeze rolls in.
Keeps it open.
So, what do I owe this honor? Why have you come to my offices?
Benedict looks to Ridley.
I'd been under the impression we were going to discuss Loshi and Vel's rather inappropriate gift.
It sits on the desk.
Yes, me and Sylvie just spoke of this. I will be having words with the Lord of Death about this. It is
Do
an
you
overstep.
Do you think it'll come to more than words?
If he is unable to explain himself, then yes.
Do you believe there is a just reason to put a soul cage around an unsuspecting... He's not going to say child.
You can say child.
Person's neck. A dedicated follower of Lyneth, as I understand it.
It is strange. He did not consult me on this. I would not have sanctioned it. I will speak with Arno, and we will enact an investigation on this before speaking with him. Do you have reason for distrusting the Avatar of Zantu?
There have been consistent ties between the House of Elle and the spell plague that ravaged this city and Hammersong.
And he has also failed somewhat miserably in his duties as Avatar of Zantu. The Lord of Death is not fit for the title.
We will commune, speak with our gods, discuss the matter with them. If Lortian has failed his station, he will be removed. These clues, ties to the spell plague. I believe your name was Ridley.
It was Captain Chance.
Captain Chance.
Yes, my lady.
Speak them now. Tell me of these ties.
There are a great many, and there are rather a lot of details to go over. I can send someone to you with a rundown, but we've managed to tie him over and over, but never anything enough to action against such a house.
If these blasphemies are true, then he will have nothing but ruin. Speak of this to no one else. I know Lortian for being quite cunning. He gets wind of this, or any hostility. At best, he will go into hiding. At worst, death for many.
As you wish.
All right.
I believe there is one more matter to discuss. Sylvie, I have spoken to the rest of the council. Put your name forward for sainthood. Corbell has also been raised for sainthood. In the days to come, you will be interviewed. And if you are deemed worthy of sainthood, you will be given the honor of walking in the Mother's light.
Oh. Ooh. Her cheeks flush like a violent shade of red. Interviewed?
Yes.
What will they ask me?
Your deeds, your aspirations, your ideals, your bonds. your flaws.
Hope you wrote those down on your character sheet.
I did.
Oh, shit.
Deeds, flaws, aspirations. What was the other thing that you said? Ordeals. She reflects for a moment, her eyes pondering. She gives like a sort of a hesitant nod. Closing her eyes, she sort of tilts the potted plant just the littlest bit so the light can catch it at a different angle. And it's a big honor, and I'm quite nervous. I never expected any of this.
The room feels that last statement in the first. Oh, go ahead, Benedict.
No need to be nervous, Selfie. For what I've seen and heard of your deeds, if it were my decision, you'd have my vote in a heartbeat.
Thank you.
Funny because it might be.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to
Lady Clavel will ask.
In all the craziness, Selfie, we have not spoken. Do you want sainthood?
Could not think of anything grander than being part of Lanath's flock like that. She's traveled with me every step of the way. It would be such an honor. There's a self-doubt in me that's... I'm so small, and people can step over me. I just never expected something like that to happen to someone like me.
Yeah. That's awesome. Does anyone else want to chime in on this?
Could we have some music, please?
Yep. Wait a minute.
Specifically just Darude Sandstorm as loud as humanly possible.
I was thinking the logical song. When I was young.
Selfie still is young. What are you talking about? She's barely a teen.
Alright, does anyone else want to add to that?
That's a hard one to add to.
Yeah.
You find yourself in your father's office. Bookshelves as high as you can see, stacked with leather-turned first editions from various ages and other people, races. He sits at his desk, but not at the desk. There is an armchair that he favors nearby. Smokes his pipe as you enter. Quite often, you know, there's this game that you guys play that he knows you're in the room, and you both wait to see who is the first one to chime in.
In this moment, seeing that his father's already smoking at his pipe, Mahak will pull out his own pipe and fill it with his pipe weed and start heavily puffing. Pauses at the door, takes in his father. He hasn't seen them in a month or two now, as he's been busy. And then he's going to, if it's okay, he's going to sit down at another armchair. And I imagine very much a common practice for these two, and something that the Utrodax do a lot. There'd be a dragon chessboard on like a bench in between the two armchairs, and not talking, not acknowledging anything yet, Mahak will draw from his pipe and make the first move.
The next move is made. Smoke plumes out of the nostrils as he considers your motion on the board.
There's a pause and a sigh and Spriggle whirling and whizzing and spouting next to Mahak, and he makes his next move.
There's a chuckle and a shake of their head. Takes another deep inhale, and you see the embers of the pipe light up, and then more smoke pours out. Makes another move.
On his third move, Mahak will take one of his pieces, having set up with the first two moves. It's actually a common move, very, very common opening. It's almost as if they're following a script at the moment. Still part of the game of to see who breaks it first, whether they're going to go out the same route. But as he does, and as he takes the first chess piece, Mahak just says, "That's the elves gone."
Indeed. Son.
He looks up at you. You know that he has like 1,000 words that he wants to say, but he says none of them, and instead expresses it. Looks at the board.
Do not be rushed like your brother.
He makes another move.
I fear it is not my time, though I fear my hand is being forced. It is less about being rushed.
Perhaps it is.
That move.
But what is the first thing that you must do in all situations? Think. Take your time. Take it slow.
Takes another move. Loshianville. He has the jump on the rest of the avatars. It seems he's been playing this game longer than they have even known. He is making many moves. I am firm in my belief it is not for our side.
Loshianvel. His arrogance will be his downfall. It is his weakness. He thinks that he is the smartest on the board. If we take our time, wait for the proper openings,
He moves it and takes another piece from you.
we will be victorious.
He gave Sylfiona a necklace with soul cage, with a soul cage enchantment on it. He is getting bold, and he is getting brave. He is getting bold and brave.
He is desperate.
And as he says that, the piece that was just taken gets taken as the piece that just took Mahak's piece gets taken, and Mahak's gets a game advantage in that space as he's drawn his father into a trap, allowing his father to be bold, and then snaps it away from him.
All right, give me a moment.
Sorry.
No, it's brilliant. It's something I want to put down here. I just need to figure out how to do it. You can see him contemplating and thinking. He plays into the trap. You have victory right there. All you need to do is take it. Do you make the move?
No, he prolongs the game. Whereas the trap is completed and that last move needs to be made, he instead breaks the advantage and keeps the game progressing, moving it more towards a neutral state rather than any one advantage.
Good job, my son. I'm proud of you. You see my point. It is not about winning or losing. It is about playing a beautiful game. Lucian, he plays to win. We play for art, for respect, and for others. But more importantly, family.
My circle of trust is shrinking rapidly, it seems. Everywhere I look, I feel I see demons in the shadows. New people and new players are appearing and changing the game rules. Not so fast I can't keep up, but we are moving from chess to checkers to cards very rapidly.
Is it too much for you?
Not too much, just worrying. I like to be in control.
You won't always be in control, son. You have to embrace chaos. Adapt, learn, fail, fall. Pick yourself up, go again. Adapt, learn, fail, fall. Lose a piece, gain a piece. Keep going, keep learning. I have taught you this from a very young age.
He looks over to Spriggle. Do you remember the first one of these you built? It had wheels. He takes another inhale. Then the smoke plumes out. I was proud of you, though.
What have you been up to, father?
Go ahead, son. Finish your sentence.
No, that was it. Just what has he been up to?
The loss of your brothers.
He looks at you.
I'm not going to lie. It broke me, son. It was a fall I was almost unable to pick myself up from. But when I saw you in that council, speaking your opinions, I was reminded that I still have you, and we are still playing. How are you doing?
It is a lot. A month ago, I did not have to worry about Hadriel. A month ago, a shot of creation was a Thetian myth. It is interesting, mostly. I don't think I'm allowed to sit here idly anymore. I will have to leave the womb again. Perhaps for selfish reasons.
I'm sorry. I want to say that I failed your brothers, and I will not fail you. It is a lot, but you can handle it.
He takes another inhale.
Enough of this sappy speech. Let's play, for real.
He makes a proper move, and it is a baller move. It is a brain tingler.
Mahak actually begins to lead with his king, or his equivalent in Dragon Chess. And is also being incredibly bold, taking risks that it's clear he doesn't see them as consequential. He's just doing them. Playing into chaos.
The game continues, and we don't know who wins or loses. That is for me and Jacob to decide, and not for you to know, because that is a moment for a father and a son, and that is for his character. Awesome. Amazing. Thank you. All right.
What does he know about Naira Blood?
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Lauren, it feels so good to be with intellectuals again, talking about their many theories, contradicting other theories, building them up, breaking them down. It's being good. It's you have a lot on your mind and weighing on you, but it is good just to be here and absorbing it.
It feels comfortable.
In your
I
travels.
think we might have to say goodbye to Ra soon.
Yeah.
So we can continue. I was just letting you know.
I think we will finish up around here, and we might have to do favorite moments in the chat as well, unless we just want to have people that stick around. I just want to give Trent a chance to build his character quickly, and then we'll sign off, and then we'll say goodbye to people that need to go.
I don't mind if we end it now and just do 5 minutes of this next week if you want.
Hells yeah. All right, let's do that, and then we'll get into war games. Super cool. Angel fights. All right. Okay, well that's where we'll end it, with Oren in heated discussion with the very many things of this world and their intricacies and magic and stuff like that. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. That has been our Dungeons and Dragons game tonight. I have absolutely had a blast. Thank you so much for being here as we tell our story, and I'm very excited for next week. I'm gonna get some lo-fi. Guys, so who needs to leave now?
I need to bounce, but I'll leave my camera on.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Turn up.
If you guys could just type up your favorite moments, and then we can just put it in the chat so for everyone to enjoy it. You don't have to do it now, but just do it sometime this week, and then post it in the Discord, or you can post it in the chat that we have on Messenger, and then I'll post them for you guys as well. Guys, okay, thank you so much for playing. Go with love and luck, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys. Let's say goodbye to our beautiful Oren and Django. Amazing. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you for playing.
Thanks for playing. Hells yeah. Alright, so we're losing. Did Jang drop? Jang dropped, and we lost Trent too. That's okay. I can fix the cameras. Watch me. All right, guys. Let's do favorite moments. What a session. It was awesome. All right, so let's start. Should we wait for me to fix these cameras and you guys just chat amongst yourselves while I do that?
We can do that.
Let me do that.
God damn it! I wanted to ask more questions of Papa.
We can go back in. We can go back in next
It's
week
okay.
as well.
Josh, I would just like to say before Benedict Jang, Selfie, and Ridley left Lady Clavel's office, Benedict would have just asked her to keep the window open.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. For any reason?
Fascinating.
Yes.
Yes, but we do not get to know.
Oh, he wouldn't have elaborated.
Amazing. Okay.
It's a medical condition for sure.
A medical condition for sure. Okay, do we have? I've almost got everyone. Give me a second. Let me fix these cameras. Chat, how you doing?
It's just like, man, I know you've got like fresh plants in here, but your lungs, man, you're just sitting in this stuffy room. So get some fresh air, goddammit, Lady Clavel.
I can imagine the conversation between Clavel and Selfie in regards to those plants would have been a long-winded one. Put some plants in here.
Also, just while you're fixing those, I'll be right back.
There you go. And then we'll do favorite moments. Chat, house chat. Y'all, I know I say it about your games, but that was a magical storytelling. Thank you so much, Sparrowfly Away. Love having you here and seeing you in chat. Guys, what did you think of the session? Y'all's is here as well.
Good session.
Hi, y'all's.
It was good.
Very chill.
Chill. Angel fight next week. happening?
Angel fight next week.
Oh yeah.
I should have rolled on that history though, because I haven't given my dice any attention tonight.
Yeah.
My dice rolled surprisingly well after like 6 solid weeks of below 10s. Oh, they're so pretty, Em.
Aw, Soteris. I would sit here 24/7 and watch you guys play. You're the best, Soteris.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
We want to sit here 24/7 and play. to be
D&D.
honest.
That's fair.
This game particularly, I could just sit here and just play
can
and
be
play
that
and
heavy.
play.
Oh, it'd be nice to like just chase every little tangent down to see where it
Oh, yeah.
goes.
Yeah. No, you go.
You
No,
go.
you go.
Yeah, you.
No, you go.
I could go.
You go.
Go, Em. Em, go.
We love them.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're Em's
I-
waifus.
I was just gonna say I could definitely have said more, but I was like, is it going to contribute to the overall story and propel things forward? Probably not. Just yeah. That's all I was gonna say.
When does that stop us?
Exactly. Let's go. All right. Well, let's do favorite moments, and we'll do the favorite moments for the people that aren't here as well. So we'll start with Benedict. What was your favorite self moment? Please praise yourself. Chat, if you do have favorite moments, please at Credit GM and read them. If you are going to play with us in the favorite moments tonight, please do one for everyone because it sucks to be left out. So we don't want people to be feeling sad. Go ahead, Benedict.
Telling Lawson to watch his goddamn
Yeah,
tone.
that was golden.
Yeah.
That was my favorite moment, without a doubt.
Guys throwing so much shade towards the Papa Val. Okay, Mr. Marhawk, what was your favorite Benedict moment?
How quickly you diffused Oren. You're just like, no, I didn't know. Take your sass. Direct it out the window, buddy.
And take it.
You are tiny, I'll pick you up by your chin.
You are tiny and young.
Just Oren goes in, guns blazing, arms swinging, and you just do that thing where you hold that forehead back and that just
Eddie, Ridley, what was your favorite Benedict moment?
Well, it's a JP thing that you do a lot, and I've definitely said it for you before, but I'm saying it again tonight because I noticed it heaps, and it was you throwing around, like bringing people in and throwing the conversation around the scenes. That was really cool. It's always so quality, and it's part of what makes you such a good teammate in lots of ways. So yeah, just props.
You can't escape my bullshit.
Selfie,
We
what
love
was
your
your favorite Benedict moment?
Oh my gosh, it comes up so quickly. I must admit, 100% was correcting Vel on his manners. That was just, oh my god, guns blazing with that moment. It was firing on all 4 cylinders. Just the reaction, like that was by far like my absolute favorite moment. I gotta agree with Em as well. It's an absolute pleasure to play with you. You're always looking at the option to bring people in. I guess for something different, I love how much you play into the candy, and just like, then guess she's let the cat out of the bag now because you guys can have some. Your reactions, your physical acting in that moments are always brilliant. I love it so much.
So good. All right. So from Renegade Chicken, we have Benedict Zinger on the Lord of Death, and also the butterscotch giveaway. So wholesome. The Great Style says, "Hello in my Goliath voice." Hello in my Goliath voice. Hello. Yeah, it's a fun voice. So Terry says, "There were too many favorite moments for me tonight, so I'm just going to say that I love the story you guys are developing, and that the more I learn about the characters, the more I absolutely love them." 40 Man says, "Sorry I've been so busy lately and my work schedule clashes. Glad to be able to tune in though. 40 Man, we've missed you.
Missed you
Absolutely
so much.
missed you. I'm glad to have you back. You are always welcome here no matter what. With open arms."
I was sad that he missed the conversation last night about mythology.
Oh wait, what conversation?
Everyone, chat went into We just did a bit of
I saw something about Greek mythology
bit
there.
of a tangent, not just Greek.
Romulus and Remus came
really?
up.
Okay. So, yeah, because 40
Some
would've,
Egyptian
ate that
gods.
up. Hells yeah. Eddie, so yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, Em and Chat were posting all these big brain mythology characters, and meanwhile, I was just like, I just read their last names backwards.
It took me way too long to figure that out. It's like the second last one. And I was like, oh, wait.
I was so close to calling one PJ. Just
Oh, that's so cute, though.
40 says, my favorite moment is just catching you guys in the moment doing your thing.
No.
You are all
Oh my
amazing
gosh.
and bring the story to life. Hells yeah, 40. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Eddie, so we should do Jang's favorite self moment. Oh, you know, I like playing an orc and... No, I'm not going to do that. Benedict, what was your favorite Jang moment?
Jang is a goddamn badass, takes no shit and fears no bitch. Bullshit in this instance being
The
big
bit.
question. But no, have you considered that my path and my choices are my own? It was like, shit, I don't think I can actually persuade Jang not to do this now, which is good.
Yeah.
But steadfast in their convictions, and holy hell.
Hells yeah. Mr. Mahak, what was your favorite Jang of our scene?
Yeah, she didn't hesitate at all. She was just like, how dare you offer me to step back? Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't plan on dying. We're going to win. Whatever it is, I'm not scared. And yeah, it just... it's hard to bring in a new character into a pre-existing campaign at such a high level. Like, brand new character at level 13. Very hard. And Sarah is just doing it incredibly well. Clearly knows exactly what... Well, not exactly. Like, clearly knows what her character's grounds and values and what
Ideals are.
she'll stand for and stuff. And yeah, it's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah. Really? What was your favorite Jang of
Okay.
our moment?
So it was the quote, I have no intention of dying. Just the sass in that and the obviousness of like, so her reaction there. But also I've been trying to think of ways to bring her into the scenes. And I'm thinking of like Ridley there, who's only like 5'8". He's not tall.
Never the tallest in the party.
But he's not the shortest this time. So
No.
anyway, I'm just picturing like this stoic Jangovar with like she's tall, she's muscled, she's got the teeth around her neck, and she's just not saying anything. You know, just this aura that she is exuding right now. It's a little bit off-putting, and I'm pretty sure Ridley's a bit scared of her.
I love it. Selfie, what's your favorite Jang of our moment?
Oh, it 100% has to be just like almost coming across insulted that Benedict would be like, well, you might die. And she's like, no, I'm not going to die. I've got shit to do. I loved that. It was such a powerhouse move. It was a big mic drop moment. I loved that. And yeah, and I must agree with it as well. Jang is a few words currently, but the words that she does say, boy oh boy, are they good ones. And we're all kind of just like, oh no, like it's when combat hits, Jang is gonna, oh, I'm so excited.
Shred things.
It's gonna shred, absolutely shred. And I'm so, my favorite part about Jang is the future of Jang as well.
Yeah. Renegade Chicken says the sass was off the charts. I've only ever seen Jang for like 2 sessions, and they haven't said a lot, but every phrase has been textual bitch slap, and I'm living for it. Hell yeah, that's amazing. The sass on Benedict's line was amazing because it was like it came out as this wholesome like I don't want you to put your life on the line. I can't believe, like, I wouldn't do that again. I wouldn't ask you of that. And, like, I really don't want you to die. It's like, how dare you? I could do... Press the... Time to inflect. Huh? Maybe it runs in the whole Avatar of Death thing. So, just saying. Yeah. Yeah.
What are you saying?
A little bit of sass there. That's okay. Yeah. It was a very cool perspective and a way to take that dialogue tree. I think that it was brave as well, and it's not JP's favorite moments, but you guys did that scene amazingly. So really, really well played. Mahak, your favorite self scene, please. Brace yourself.
Didn't really do much to it. I liked the chess game, to be honest. I think that was pretty nice.
Benedict, your favorite Mark moment, please.
It was a player moment when Papa Yitradek spoke for the first time in the amphitheater, and after all of that kind of like simmered down, you just sit there and went, Papa! I fucking lost it. Oh man, just the excitement for Papa Yitradek, of which we have heard a considerable amount.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's here.
So happy he's here, dude. So happy.
Papa Yitradek is cool, man.
Yeah, I like him.
Ridley, what was your favorite Mohawk moment?
I thought I had that one.
Oh,
I actually
really?
wrote notes for once.
Look at you go.
You don't really need to though, because your brain just remembers it all, or at least it seems to, week to week. Yeah, so I'm going to go with the selfish one then, which was just being like, oh yeah, this Ridley guy, a bit weird. Maybe watch out for him.
Yeah.
I always love those little insights when players give what their character is thinking about your character. It's so insightful and it helps you adjust and see what you're putting out there. Yeah, so thank you for that. It was very cool.
I mean, thanks for Ridley.
Oh, Ridley.
Selfie, what was your favorite Mohawk moment?
That's me. I love that final scene so very much. I love that you put forward the dragon chess. I thought that was just such an intellect play as well, and it just really brought that whole moment together. Your reactions and your dialogue in that moment were just absolute top tier. And your voice for Mahak is just so cool. I really, really enjoy it. And I know you don't take compliments, but enjoy it because you did really, really well.
Thank you.
Ridley, your favorite self moment. Please yourself.
Wait, don't you have to go?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you have to do Mahak.
It's okay.
Surprise!
I thought it was unfounded. Sorry, not unfounded. I thought it was obvious. Gosh darn, the Papa and son scene is out of this world. I have done games of chess before and role played them, but that is by far my favorite out of the ones that I've run before. It was interesting. It was well structured, and there was context and to what was happening through that role play on the chessboard as they were dialoguing as well. I really, really enjoyed that scene a lot. I'm hoping I was tracking well on it, and I didn't screw anything up on it, because like it was such an important scene for me at the very least for the story, and I loved it so much. So thank you for that.
No, thank you, dude. You played it perfectly.
Yeah, it was amazing. I loved it. I think out of that scene, one of my favorite things was There Goes the Elves. That was huge.
Yeah,
I loved that. And I also liked the trap, setting me up to be like, okay, he plays into the trap. What do you do?
I loved that it reflected the conversation you guys were having. That was
like,
just top tier.
He plays into the trap. What do you want to do? And I hope that I think you were tracking really well there, and I think that's why you prolonged it. And I can't thank you enough for that as well. But yeah, amazing. Pacemaker. I love it. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Ari, moving on, or Ridley, what was your favorite?
Orange.
Oh, orange. Yes, thank you.
Orange.
Yeah.
I'm all out of sorts. I'm trying. I really am. Okay. Oren, what was your favorite self moment?
I can't hear you.
I liked that too.
Yeah. What was your favorite Oren moment?
Damn, he stole mine.
100%. Straight away, calling the dead kings morons.
Yeah.
Just how much he hates them already.
Not gonna lie, I got a little defensive in my heart, but I had to let it go. It's just like, oh,
But that child, as a concept, and just from what little I've seen, scared the shit out of me. And I was just like, dumbass, clinky metal bucket head, dumbass moron.
Amazing. So good.
Yeah. And he was so mad that they didn't let him in that room that one time.
Oh yeah, and it's probably never gonna be him. Never, ever. Mark, what was your favorite Orin moment?
So it's funny to think that last session, Trent and Orin were like so worried that this council war meeting was just going to be him on trial. He was just so anxious that everyone was just going to focus their attention onto the party and be like, explain yourselves. You need to, this is all your fault. To now willingly giving up the information of the giant shard and Naira, and stepping forward and actually participating and adding information, filling in gaps, filling in the blanks voluntarily. It's just like, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
good. Good job.
Ridley, what was your favorite Orin moment?
Okay, should I go for the first one or the second one?
The first one.
First one? Okay, so it was he pretty much started the game, I believe, and it was the way he said Benedict. And it was just this jacuzzi. it was loaded with this intensity, oh man, just the way that he managed to say that and start it straight away, like it had all been sitting there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And he was just ready to go. I thought that was amazing. Such a strong start.
Yeah.
It's like when a parent calls the child that they've, to get on them.
Like he full named him.
Yeah.
Yeah, full name Benedict.
It's not Benny Boy.
Can imagine Benedict like looking at Selfie like with the necklace, and then hearing that he just sort of like slow turns down.
I haven't heard anyone say my name like that in 683
Yeah,
years.
when was the last time Benedict got made to feel like a child?
Sophie, what was your favorite Orin moment?
I really love this sort of this beautiful emotional moment when he called out brother, when he realized that Bilgrim was amongst those fighting. It's just a small moment, but one that just was so deep and just showed how close Orin is to his brother, and the moments and everything attached to this whole kerfuffle that we've found ourselves in. It was nice to see Orin release that emotion.
Chat, what do you have to say? We have from Renegade Chicken Orin the moment of, oh shit, Naira has one of the stones and I'm the only one who knows. And just the way he depicted the realization and he'd have to speak up was hilarious and super fun to watch. Hells yeah.
Yes.
Mine was a tie between the brother and the sharing of the information, because that is a big deal for Orin to share that, because not even Hano got shared that in their meetings. So the fact that Orin is now seeing what's happening and he played that, was that came out after the brother call, right? After seeing everything that's happening there, it's like, well, I've got to. So he shared. At least I hope that's why he made that choice. So it was informed and well placed and awesome and well considered. So excellent play. And self-awareness of character and situation. So out as well. Thank you so much, Orin and Trent, and I hope you're resting up already. So Ridley, your favorite self moment, please.
I don't love playing a male character on stream. So sticking with it. I often think back to the day where I flipped that mental coin. I was like, yeah, just make it a man. Yeah, so just sticking with it, even though it's not comfortable.
Hells yeah, challenging.
Doesn't help. Yeah.
Benedict, what was your favorite Ridley moment, please?
If looks could kill, portions would be splattered over the table in that goddamn amphitheater. The daggers, the fucking great splits that you were staring at Lawson when he brought up Mara, just like. I don't know why, but I expected you to just somehow gain access, just like screaming and blow his head up.
Yeah.
But just, I know why he's so mad, and it's awesome.
Loshian's house. That's pretty exciting.
Mahak, what was your favorite Ridley moment?
Oh man, I said it earlier, but finding out just how much of a sweetheart Ridley actually seems to be. The confusion of Selfie beckoning him closer for a whisper, and it's just like, oh, you want my horse? Have my horse. It is for you. And that's kind of a small one. The one-liner, because you're so amazing at one-liners, was, I'm glad to hear she's well enough to speak about her. It's just like, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Love it.
Sorry, I can't talk because I have baby things happening in the background.
Okay. Selfie, what was your favorite Ridley moment?
Oh, there were so many, but it has to be the interaction between Loshian and Ridley. That was just like so powerful between both of them. And like I have a vested interest as the Mara character in the middle. So I really loved Ridley's composure, but also not giving up. Like just not throwing a great sword just across the room then and there and smiting the fool where he stood. Absolute props for M for that moment. And yeah, also asking how old Selfie was. That's really cool. Thank you.
Amazing. So chat says, Ridley, Captain Chase, badass moment right there. Hot damn, I could feel the hate vibes through the screen during your interaction with Papa Vel in the best possible way. No, way possible. I gotta say, that back and forth between Ridley and Papa Vel just felt so tangible. Like the hatred was there. And like when he said Mara says hello, like you locked into that. It felt like one of those UFC size ups where they like size up against each other and they're like really close, about to knock fists already. But like it's so good. It's so tasty, and thank you so much for playing into that. And not only that, also being attached to your character that much in the situation that much that you were able to get into that place as well. So like it felt like one of those size up, those prize fight. I'm ready. I want to see it. Let's go.
I want to see them.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It'll be epic.
It's gonna be epic scene. Okay, Selfie, what was your favorite self scene?
Oh, okay. This one is so small. But it was rolling a 30 on a dice.
Yeah.
That was just...
What?
I don't roll very well, ever.
But a 30?
And yeah. But a 30, like, that was pretty exciting for me. That's probably my big happy moment for today. After 3 nat 1s in 2 days, it's pretty...
Yeah. You needed that roll.
I needed that roll.
Yeah. Benedict, what was your favorite selfie moment?
Closing the door.
Sorry.
I was like, I could dimension door. I could dimension door, and I could bring one of them with. But no, she's closing the door just to the rest of the party's face. It's like, yep, just had a conversation with the kobold in a bush, and let it fucking talk to my friend. And then just when you opened it, just not even like, okay, come in, just didn't realize Selfie was that sassy.
What was your favorite selfie moment?
So mine, it's kind of hard to explain, so bear with me. But you clearly would have had a thought process when you realized you're being scried on. And yes, you did hint at like, oh, whoever's with me would notice that she's distracted and looking over here. But Selfie didn't explicitly say or tell anyone that she was seeing this thing. And what that moment led to, or what that decision led to, was Zach and Kieran and, you know, that whole interaction. So props to you, because like, I'm pretty sure we have like 3 people who could have cast Dispel Magic and just wiped out that entire thing if you had said something, but you didn't. So I guess patience for the long con, even though you didn't. I don't know. like I said, it's hard to explain.
Yeah. I'm not sure when you allowing that to evolve instead of just like taking a risk with it too. Like if you just get rid of it, then what does that do really? Yeah, I totally agree with that. That is playing to a detriment. Right?
Yeah, taking the risk.
Yeah, taking the risk. Yeah, for sure. M's not here, so I'll do chats and then I'll do mine. So Renegade Chicken said, Selfie, kind of love the response of just, that was rude, to the scrying. Also, I feel like the embarrassed reaction to being interviewed for the sainthood just reinforces the fact that she really deserves it. Aww. My gosh darn heart. There were so many great moments, but the one that just like keeps hitting me in the head, and like, it's not even a big moment, but it was so cinematic and so like awesome that I can't not say it. So I'll do another one afterwards. But when you turn the plant towards the light and allowed it to take the leaf, I just can't get that moment out of my head. I love the hug scene, and I love the dialogue between her and Lady Clavel, and also the prompt of allowing Selfie to say, hey, look, I'm not perfect, I make mistakes, and not only that, like, I wanted you to hear it coming from me instead of someone else, which is character development and growth as well. So that was really appreciated, and I love that. So it was really sincere and wholesome moments, but for some reason that cinematic moment of turning the plant to the light, I just can't get it out of my head. It was such an awesome interaction with the environment. So
in my head, it's like Benedict and Ridley and Clavel are having this like reasonably serious conversation, and it's just that sound of like a plate scraping against the counter.
That interaction with their environment though was just like, it was awesome. I can't just like, it was so, it immersed me in, so thank you for that. But the Clavel stuff and that office was awesome. Cannot commend you enough on that one there. We'll get M's favorite moment when she gets back if we have time. If not, I will get her to post it in the chat later. So let's move on to me. Favorite scene for me. Boy, big session for myself. I will commend myself on keeping track of the many things that are make up this world and this story, and you know, not going insane. So yes, tracking. I'm trying my best. And I think I'm doing it pretty well. So yes, tracking. Benedict, favorite GM?
Anafiel.
Is
hands
Anafiel a
down.
feel?
Oh yeah.
The vibe.
I fucking love them. The voice modulator that you've got for them as well, and just them like manipulating these crystal sands to depict all this stuff. But the moment that really got me is when they were lost for words. When they got asked a question, they were like, "Huh, don't know about that one, Chief." But I like a lot of things about Anafiel, and it's they're a good character, and we've got goddamn archangels here. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a fun time at the El Royale.
Let's go. Let's fight. Let's go. I'm keen. Excited. Thank you so much. Mahak.
Okay, so like obviously it's Papa Yiddak, like obviously. So to give you something different, it's how much of a badass Hano actually is.
Oh, Hano's a badass.
She's just like, you said you would sacrifice yourself to us. I'm holding you to that, bitch. And then not only that, I'm pretty sure it was Hano's question that left Anafiel stumped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's, just big brain goals, dude.
I love it. Thank you so much. Hano is an amazing character. I love Hano. I'm hoping that Emma gets to do the art for Hano soon, because she a vibe. She's very cool. All right, Selfie, what was your favorite GM moment?
Did JP go?
Yep.
Oh, that was so quick. It got to me already.
M's not here, so.
Goodness.
Yeah.
This is what it's like to be third? This is crazy.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Power.
What?
Just learn the
so
first
many
half
that
of the
haven't been
alphabet.
Taken. This is insane. Okay, I will go with I'm at the end. I can take two.
Do whatever you want.
The first one was how freaking epic the Pirate King was when he was saying his piece. And also Ingrid as well.
her voice, I forgot about her voice.
Yeah,
So when you
it's
were like
horse.
that, it was epic, man. Absolutely epic. I love the tie-in back to Ilkley as well. I love Ilkley. She's like my whole heart. And yeah, just that whole moment was so cinematic, so visual, and I just loved every second of it.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna put down in my character goals to become Pirate King Pal.
Pirate
Don't know
King Pal.
how, but I'm gonna go there.
You and me, we're best friends now.
Best friends now. I think that's how I'll just do it. I'll just rock
walk up. What you doing?
What you doing, giant pirate king?
Plundering. Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
not very
pretty
nice. I love it.
Gives a pink bow.
Yeah, there you go.
There you are, plundering in style.
Renegade Chicken says, Natural GM for you, love the part where you checked all your DMs. For real though, so many amazing performances this session. The Lord of Death, the Angels, all amazing. But I specifically have to call out Marhack's father. Holy shoot, that scene was amazing. Made it feel so real. Yeah, I really enjoyed that scene. I hope I brought the ruckus.
You nailed it.
He's our DM on Mondays and Tuesdays, Zach. All right, be patient. Wait your turn.
Wait.
You were in yesterday.
But Kieran, so could you guys hear what Kieran was saying to me? Like JP and Jacbon?
Like our characters couldn't, but in
our
Zoom,
characters couldn't, but in Zoom we
Sorry, in Discord.
Oh,
in Discord.
Discord,
He
you
was
guys
just
could
in
hear.
Discord. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just so silent that I was like, can anybody hear me right now?
Oh, I muted myself because I quite loudly exclaimed "fuck yes."
Oh.
See, we do this thing called respectful listening.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't get it.
No, you don't.
Sparrowfly says, can I just say the music during the dragon scene added an extra sparkle of magic and depth to it. Thank you so much. I was hoping that I hit that. That's one of my new favorite playlists, which is the sincere roleplay playlist that I have built. It does really well. It goes well. It goes hard. Okay, cool. Guys, that is it. We are done. It is time for us to rate someone. So I'm gonna find a quick target. Then we are going to do a plug speed run. If JP is feeling up for it. If not,
Yep.
Let's do that.
Yep.
And then we'll get moving. Go.
First of all, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you had a lovely time. Also, if you like dots and if you like lines, and by God, if you like an unholy amalgamation of the two, check out the Instagram above my head at hops_does_stuff. If you want to see some amazing cosplays, please just check out Sarah's Instagram at R4HSCAL, which is leet speak for rascal, but only one of the fours is an A. Only one of the A's is 4 words are hard. Do you like to set and forget things? You're goddamn right you do. Just because you like to set and forget things as much as you do, check out Jacbon's Instagram, which is above his head at Jacbon with a 0 instead of an O. Man, we be late as heck. Trent, however, is a Monday night exclusive, so catch him here or catch these hands at 7:30 p.m. AEST every Monday. If you want to see all of the amazing in-house art done by our amazing in-house artists, check out our amazing in-house artist's Instagram at the Instagram that would be above her head if she were on camera at the moment, but it isn't, so Elysian.art. Go check out that Instagram. And if you like anime and cosplay related things, please feel free to check out the Instagram above Ellie's head at symbol.of.peach. Also, at any point, feel free to plug the Discord. I'm actually just talking to myself when I say plug the Discord. Feel free to join our Discord. We have everything D&D related that you could possibly want. We have memes. We have bits to talk about dice. We have things to do pretty much everything creative. Writing, drawing, the other creative things that you can do besides those two things. We have a Discord channel for it all. With Dread GM, we like to foster, creative community. It's funky, it's fresh, so go on. Go over to Discord, get your creative spirit fostered.
And this week's creative challenge is epic.
Epic. Last week was familiar, so anything epic. I want to see an epic interpretive dance, please. Okay, I have found our target. It is a new friend of ours known as Y'all's Hype. Y'all's Hype is a variety streamer, and Y'all's Hype has been in our chat in and out and throwing us the lurk in the chats, and it's awesome to have you here watching us. Y'all's Hype, we are coming with the hype. Grab your axes, load the vibe cannons when you get over there, post all the hard emotes if they are mimics. Don't blame us. Yeah, let's do that. Guys, get ready to say goodbye because we're done. Let's go to the credit screen just quickly. Just remember that. Also, I have to say it, and we need to make sure that we get this in. Thank you so much for all our mods, keeping us safe in chat, keeping that chat going as well. We appreciate your faces so damn much.
Sorry, just before we go. For Elysian, Ellie Rose's favourite was the way that instead of asking for 5 private minutes with Clavel, Selfie thought the best course of action was to run ahead and dive for the door.
Aw, thank you, Mima.
Hells yeah. I think mine will come later, but that's okay. Let's just quickly do this awesome credit scene. Guys, thank you so much for all the gosh darn support. We use this to keep building the channel so we can keep storytelling and showing you our amazing or awesome stories and hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much. A special big shout out to 40 Man who dropped a big 10 subs. That is massive. Thank you for bringing people back in or into the community as well. And also Cynical Sataris and Kapluff, I saw some subs coming from you guys as well. And look at those, they've got some shinies too. Okay, we really need to go. We love you all so much, and let's raid y'all's hype. Hey, I just need to find my little dashboard. Okay, there it is. Y'all's hype. What a fun way to say y'all's hype. Wait, where are you? You height? I'm surprised that you guys didn't kill Chihir.
Oh, what a beautiful soul.
Tell you what.
I'll go visit. That'll be one of my things that I'll do in the downtime. Hang out with my cult.
Also, just very quickly before we go, again, Links Mima delivering the favourite moments from M. For Dread, M's was the wise man's fear quote.
The wise man's fear quote. Oh yeah. Yep. I thought that might have been missed. Wait, I can't find this guy. Look, we're going to the stream, ending screen. We love you all very much. I know my players are really tired and want to go, but yeah, we'll catch you on the